Hi students, how are you? Good morning. I hope all are fine. Okay, students, in the last session we have discussed about our 10th chapter, landlords and tenants. You know the two terms, what is landlord, what is tenant, the person who occupy the land and give the rent. Actually, and two more terms are also very important, Rothbari and Zamindari system. Okay, let us quick check all those and then after we'll go to our today's topic. Okay, so zamindari system. First, we have discussed zamindar systems, mediators of authority and peasant. Peasant is nothing but poor farmers. Okay, so like under the British rule or Britishers colonized our country, our Indian people struggled a lot because they collected high tax from the people and they made our Indian people to work under them, sometimes without any remuneration. This type of cruel activities done by Mughal emperors. Mughal emperors after that Britishers, even exam time also tax collection there, and two types of system we have discussed. One is Rothbari system and one is Zamindari system. Okay, Rothbari is nothing but giving land to the peasant and ask them to work in that field. Okay, let us check, then after we can discuss our today's topic. All of you please look at the screen. I will ask you some questions related to the topic. All of you please, I hope everyone can see the screen. Can you see the screen? Please thumbs up. Okay, done. Very good.
Time of the Mughal emperors, the Zamindars collected land revenue from the peasants.
Okay, here in the Mughal emperor's time, we have some topic here. First is Zamindars collected land revenue from the peasant on the behalf of emperor. So Zamindars is nothing but mediators of government and peasant. It means poor farmers, especially like in Britishers' time also they get their main aim. Okay, why these Britishers and all colonize our country? Their main aim is to get maximum wealth from our country. So they appointed some mediators. Okay, so all the points please note it down.
And in return, they received a share of the revenue collected, and sometimes they also had the right to collect some local taxes.
Okay, the same way tax collection is the main aim of Zamindars, and at the same time they acted as the intermediaries between the government and the people. What do you mean by intermediary? Nothing but a mediator work, like a broker we can say, because this government informed them to do something and they implemented it in the society. That is a role of Zamindars under Mughal emperors. Okay, actually Mughal emperors time, how these zamindars acted and what are the different ways they collected the tax, you can see here. First is zamindars collected land revenue from the peasant on behalf of the emperor. They acted as the intermediate between the government and people. They receive a share of revenue collected, and for that they also get some share like remuneration. Who gets these zamindars? Okay, so at the same time they have small band of soldiers with horses and guns. So here Ramya, please unmute. Ramya. Okay, Ramya, you have a term here. They have small bands of soldiers with horses and guns. So why do they have these soldiers and guns? Ramya, why zamindars needed this army or a band of soldiers, and the same way some what we call equipments with them, like gun, arms? So why do they need these all zamindars? No idea. Who is ready to tell me answer for this? Samrin, please unmute yourself.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Samrin. So here you have a term. They have a small band of soldiers who have this Mughal, like Mughal time. These zamindars have small band of soldiers, and the same way some tools or equipments with them. Why do they need this all?
Sir, to scare the people for the taxes, sir.
Fine, good. Actually, why do they need? In the sense, someone may refuse to pay tax. Am I right? All the people may not accept. So under that circumstances, possibly they collect tax from the peasant or poor farmers generally. And the same way, their houses were like small houses. Actually, houses, gadi we call in Telangana. What we call like a fort. You know what is fort? Okay, so full like a large like a wall we can see with hard rocks, boundaries or fences we can see. So that we call gadi in Telangana. What we call for their houses, gadi in Telangana. These all about a zamindars. Okay, if you get a question, please note down these points and write these points and like explain about these terms. So once again, zamindars collected land revenue from the peasant on behalf of emperor. Emperor is nothing but the ruler. Okay, Mughal emperor's time, you know, here Babur and Akbar, Jahangir, whoever it may be. So they acted as a mediator of the authority, especially emperor, a ruler. And they acted as a intermediaries between the government and the people, emperor and the people. Okay, so mediator or intermediaries. What is their role? To collect the tax from the people according to the government or authority. Government, nothing but here emperor. And they receive a share of revenue collected. They receive a small share of revenue collected. For them also is beneficial, and they have a small band of soldiers with horse and some equipments like guns and all. So with like if anyone refused to pay the tax, so these zamindars forcibly collect tax from them, and their houses were called gadi. Very important, fill in the blanks. You can expect that question. What is the like houses, what we call houses of these zamindars? Okay, gadi in Telangana. So please make a note of this. And now coming to the next topic. Okay, so this is all about Mughal time. What is the role of zamindars the time of Mughal emperors? Okay, so that is very important. Please note it down. And zamindars and peasant in Mughal times. Some more topic here. Self-cultivated land or katshat. So what we call? Katshat we call. What is a katshat? Nothing but some of the land occupied by landlords. Some lands occupied by the zamindars. Okay, zamindars also have their own land, and they appointed some people to work in that land and collected revenue from that. Generally, we call what we call for that katshat. Okay, so that system, and the same way, the zamindars had two important roles. What is the two important roles? Collection of tax and owning land as a landlord. Two roles you can see here. First thing is collecting tax from the people, and the same way owning land as a landlord. They act as a landlord also, and many workers work under them. Okay, so if anyone refuses to pay the tax, they may collect tax from the peasant forcibly. So these terms you must remember. Zamindars, two important roles of zamindars under Mughal time. And there are two types of peasant: independent land owning and tenants. Already we have discussed what is these two terms. Two types of peasant or poor farmers. One is independent land owning. Nothing but some farmers, they have their own land. Okay, so they have to pay what we call land revenue to the authority or the zamindars. The same way tenant. Tenant, a term you have. What is tenant? Already I told you, a person who rented land from landlord. Generally we call tenants. Okay, tenants, nothing but rented land from landlords. It may be from zamindars. Okay, so generally we call tenants we call. So there's two like types of peasants you have. One is independent land owning and tenants. Note it down. One is independent land owning and the tenants. Very important. When you write about these zamindari systems under Mughal empires, what is the role of zamindars under Mughal empires? It is very, very important question. Okay, so permanent settlement, especially it is a time like what we call Britishers. Okay, Britishers, Cornwallis Governor General introduced a permanent settlement in India, 1793. Please note down the year 1793. A Cornwallis, a Governor General, British Governor General, they started settle here. So it's also like British East India Company we call. Their aim is to gain maximum amount or tax from the people. That is the main aim, because a lot of expenditure they have, and this wealth all they used in their own country. So Cornwallis, a Governor General, introduced a permanent settlement in our country. Okay, please note it down.
In 17 to collect
And the same way,
land
Zemindars given the power to collect revenue in auction. So these all points we have discussed about in, like Britishers. So Zemindars was given the power to collect revenue in auction. Since you know what is that auction, so they can tell how much it can collect and submit to the authority. Velam Pata we call generally in Telugu, I think, auctions. So Zemindars given the power to collect revenue in auction. 90% is to the government and 10% is to the Zemindar. So this system, you see, how much they should pay to the government? 90%, rest 10% they can take for their own. Okay, so that is the condition. Okay, how much they collect from the peasant or poor farmers. So 90% of the tax they have to pay to the government and rest 10% their commission, we can say. The amount to be paid was fixed permanently. It is not to be increased in future. That is the term. Okay, under the Britishers, what is the term? The amount to be paid was fixed permanently. It is not to be increased in future. That is one of the terms and condition we can say. Okay, so what problems we face already we have discussed. So after fixing this amount, so actually 10% they can collect. So even though some Zemindars try to cheat the government, already we have discussed in the last session. What happens? They are not paying actual amount to the Britishers. So Britishers got regular income and Zemindars were to invest in improving the land. So here, finally, what happens that, and one more term you have here, what is that? The result of the system. What is the result of the system? Appointing Zemindars as a mediator. So even Britishers also followed the same terms and conditions. After that, in 1920, situation changed. The prices of grains in the market rose and cultivated slowly expanded. So here you see, cultivation slowly expanded, it seems. When the market price increases, automatically the prices, like what we call cultivation, also expanded. It means like many people engaged in the agricultural activities, and the same way increase in the income of the Zemindars, but no gain for the company as it could not increase the revenue demand that had been fixed permanently. So what happened when the agricultural land expanded, when the cultivation increased, what happened? Zemindars benefited more from this. They started collecting more, like what we call here, company already fixed a rate, like what we call, suppose 500. So in normal case, let me tell you, so 1 acres of land, that revenue may be 1,000 rupees. That is permanent amount. But Zemindars collect amount sometimes more than that, and it won't reach us to the company as market rate increased, all the products rate increased, so it won't reach us to the government. So revenue demand that had been fixed permanently. Why this all happened? Like revenue right fixed by the authority permanently. So Zemindars were not interested in improving the land. One more factor, Zemindars also not interested in improving the land. Under that, they are concentrating only on the revenue collection. See, company collects tax from the Zemindars. Zemindars gets more power, can collect more money. So company appointed Zemindars. Zemindars is a landlord or a small king, we can say that in the society. So many peasants or poor farmers struggle a lot from this Zemindari system, because Zemindars, they started collecting amount as they wish, and Zemindars gets more power, can collect more money. Finally here, Zemindars decide what the peasant cultivates and the tax to be paid. Here, company already fixed a rate. In addition of that, Zemindars may my land his crop. That at flax you see, then you can understand, because crop, how much they cultivate, sometimes more than that the Zemindars forcibly ask the farmers to pay. So that also one more problem. And the same way, pay more tax, land was not cared for. If I don't produce as much as Zemindar demands, I have to vacate the land. See, the Zemindars demanding to the peasant or farmers, what? Cultivate more. if they don't cultivate, they may vacate or send them out of the land if they are on land or whatever it may be. Zamindars took charge of that land and give some other people to cultivate. Okay, so here high demand from the zamindars also create some problems in the farmers and not at all caring the land. They are not thinking about the struggle and pain of the peasant. They are concentrating only on the income. So maximum tax they have collected from the sea. Finally get out of my land. That is a final decision by given by the authority or zamindars. Over the years, zamindars occupied all the land. It means zamindars became big landlords, we can say that. Slowly this government or Britishers understood the situation, because zamindars, like, they also increase the tax. Already we have discussed it. Even though if they increase the tax, zamindars not ready to pay that much amount to the company. So the government or the company or the British East India Company or the authority decided to change some of the zamindars and appointed. They are the mediator of the people and the authority or the government. Their role is to collect tax from the people, and later we have seen Britishers entry and permanent settlement. In permanent settlement also, Britishers appointed some of the zamindars in the society, and the tax fixed on the based on auction. Okay, auction. So auction is nothing but I have told you, like they may call who is ready. Suppose each and every area we can see some rich people. Okay, so those people and the people who supported the British government. So that person acted as a zamindars, and finally zamindars got more power and collect more money from the peasant or poor farmers. So as that much amount unable to pay this paid by the poor farmers. Under that circumstances, zamindars sent that farmers from that or peasant from that area and took charge of that area. That over the years zamindar occupied all the land and they asked the people to work under them. This is all the final result of this system. Okay, children, please note it down in your running note.
Settlement, the company gave.
Okay, so now next
and produce as much as can find system which
see here. Next system here we have the Rothbard system. Very important next term, Rothbard system. What is Rothbard system? Just let us see what is Rothbard. The districts of Bellary, already we have gone through the districts of Bellary, Kadapa, Kurnool were ceded to the British by Nizam, okay, on account of debt in maintaining British. So these places given to this British authority. Thomas Munro was appointed as a principal collector of these districts. Is a British official. Please note it down his name. Okay, so he is appointed as a principal collector of these districts and commenced his work of survey and revenue settlement. Survey is nothing but under this Rothbard system, government, like what we call government, decided to inquire how much land occupied by the peasant, and based on that they fixed the revenue or tax on them. Okay, so Thomas Munro is the principal collector of these districts where this Kadapa, Kurnool, Bellary area. Bellary actually it is in Karnataka. So Anandapur area. So these all areas like under Britishers, Nizam given to them. So in the of debt in maintaining the British. So here Thomas Munro, he was appointed as a principal collector of these districts and commenced his work of survey and revenue settlement. Okay, so he recognized that the importance of peasant and devised the Rothbard system. So the introduction of Rothbard system is nothing but under like zamindari system. So that system already we have discussed. Zamindars is not ready to concentrate on land or the improvement of land or anything. So their aim is to collect maximum revenue from the peasant or poor farmers. Under that circumstances, like peasant got lot of trouble and problem. Even company understood that problem and they implemented this Rothbard system. So here Rothbard, what is the meaning? Roth means cultivator or farmer. Rothbard means peasant tenure. Okay, or farmers role, we can say that farmers is the ultimate authority. So under this Rothbard system, these especially some of the officials appointed in this particular areas, and they inquire or they survey after survey, they fixed the revenue from the peasant or poor farmers. Okay, here Thomas Munro name, please note it down, and in which how many districts under the British authority, that also very important. Bellary, Anandapur, Kadapa and Karnoor. Okay, and finally what is Rothbari and what is Rothbari system? Very important, that also please note it down in your running note. Okay. Yes. Now here some more topic you can, the Rothbari system. The peasant cultivating the land were identified, and see what all the system we have under this Rothbari. See, the peasant cultivating the land were identified first, and the file were identified, and the survey number was given to every piece of land fixing the legal ownership. Here you see here legal ownership given. So nowadays also each and every land, if you check your own property, you have land document. The same way here government fixed the inquiry, a survey, conducted a survey, and what we call, according to that survey, they found some of the land occupied by some of the farmers. So they given legal ownership or a document. Here this Zamindar's role decreasing when this Rothbari system introduced. Okay, he gave advances to purchase seeds. Who? That officer. And implements seeds, implements, bullock, and repair and dig wells. British government should act as a father figure to protect riot. So very, very important, students, please note it down. Under this Rothbari system, the government or authority gave advance to purchase seeds, it seems. Here you can see under Rothbari system, clearly we can see that they are concentrating on the improvement of the land and more cultivation. Anyway, they are collecting tax, fine. But when we discuss about Zamindari system, Zamindar is like a monarch. We can say that there is no proper rules and regulations on collecting taxes, and they acted like a landlords in the society. They appointed or they employed many people or agriculture laborers and collected high tax from the society public. So that all we can see under Zamindari system. But Rothbari system entirely different, because under this system what they did, they gave advances. See what all the benefit farmers getting under this Rothbari system. So very important, and providing bullocks for plowing and well, okay, all developmental, okay, all sector they concentrated under this Rothbari system. So it also benefited to many farmers. Okay, so these notes, please note it down. What is this Rothbari system? What are the activities we can see under this Rothbari system? How farmers benefit from this Rothbari system, and the meaning of Rothbari systems is very important. Okay, children, please note it down. Now, let us see the developmental activities. Okay, developmental activities of the British rule. Okay, so they started observing the society. In what way can be developed in agriculture or primary sector, and what are the, see these terms all or the names of the authorities, very important. See here, Sir Arthur Cotton and Aniket, nothing but a dam across the Godavari at Dhavaleshwaram was completed in 1849. A dam constructed across the river Godavari. So these all dams still we can see if you go this particular area. So first it was constructed by Britishers, later some what we call changes may have occurred. So even though Sir Arthur Cotton, for what purpose he may constructed this, he was constructed this dam for irrigating the land. Am I right? To avoid the problem, irrigation problem. So to irrigate the land, even Britishers also implemented many developmental activities. So first one is Sir Arthur Cotton and Aniket Dam across the Godavari River at Dhavaleshwaram was completed in 1849. And coming to next here. Okay, are you writing in your running note these all points? Okay, next is one more dam was built over the Krishna River at Vijayawada in 1854 for irrigation. One more dam. Okay, so constructed where in Vijayawada. So that also for irrigating the land. Okay, the Krishna Delta already you know. in the previous classes, you already learned about Krishna Delta, Krishna area. So one more dam constructed across the river Krishna to irrigate the land of Vijayawada area. And the same time in 1857, the Kurnool Kadapa Canal was built to bring water to the dry area of Rayalaseema. So these are all the developmental activities. Okay, so very, very important questions here, students. What are the developmental activities done by the Britishers? Even like the first beginning, they have appointed zamindars. Okay, they understood, they realized the situation because zamindars concentrated only on the income, land revenue. So they like maximum utilization of the farmers. We can say that actually farmers got a lot of struggle from this zamindari system. So later, Monroe here changed that system into like Rothbari system. Rothbari system beneficial to the farmers because they concentrated on the land and they given the land documents or the ownership or authority of, to the farmers. Okay, so these all benefit for the farmers. And finally here, developmental activities of Britishers here, Sir Arthur Cotton, he constructed like what we call a dam across the Godavari River. Dhavaleshwaram was completed in 1849, and the same way one more dam, very important, the year and which dam was constructed, please note it down. And 1857, Kurnool Kadapa Canal was built to bring water to the dry areas of Rayalaseema. Okay, so please note it down, all these notes, very, very important. Okay, children, so these all about the previous classes. Okay, what we learned about Rothbari and Zamindari system, and what is Zamindars you all know now, how Zamindar benefit and the same time problematic for the farmers. Later Rothbari system, and under Rothbari system, like how they collect the tax. Okay, so what are the activities done by the authority? Now let us see the textual concept, children. Once again, all of you take your notes. And please look at the screen. I hope everyone can see the screen. Yes. Okay, see here, chapter 10, landlords and tenants under the British and Nizam. Okay, so these are the developmental activities which we have discussed in the previous class. Okay, developmental activities. So what are the developmental activities done by the Britishers? So here you can see some British administrators or the authority believed that it is the duty of the government to invest in large scale irrigation work. Large scale irrigation work in the sense is nothing but providing water for farmers for their cultivation. So generally we call irrigation work. This would enable farmers to cultivate land and grow high value cash crops. So fine. Here you don't feel that Britishers like they implemented many, they did many developmental activities. What is ultimate aim? It will be benefited to them. Am I right? Okay, if they develop the land, if they provide more water to the farm, like to the land, cultivable land, so what benefit they have? They get maximum yield. Farmers get maximum yield from that, and automatically they get good benefit, especially Britishers. They are the monarchical power, we can say. Is it? Yes. And due to the untiring effort of Sir Arthur Cotton, already just before we have discussed about him, an anicut or a dam across the Godavari River, Dhavaleshwaram, was completed in 1849. Underline students in the concept book. It brought immediate prosperity to the districts which had suffered acutely from severe famine in 1833. Famine is nothing but lack of food, lack of proper cultivation, people getting scarcity of food grains. It also leads for death, famine. Okay, please note it down, the term meaning. Okay, severe famine it seems. Many people are not getting sufficient food and suffering like many dangerous diseases the same way. Same way, lack of nutrition, many people dead. So it calls for death, that we call 1833 famine. Similarly, an anicut was built over the Krishna River at Vijayawada in 1854, which brought prosperity to the delta areas. After 1857, the Kurnool Kadapa Canal was built to bring water to the dry areas of Rayalaseema. These measures, even though significant, had a very limited impact as they covered only small region. Most part of the country still continued to depend upon rainfall. The expectation that the zamindars and prosperous ryots would invest in smaller irrigation projects like wells and tanks did not materialize. So here, dear students, finally a term you can see that here, even Britishers developed some areas. Okay, fine, absolutely correct. Still, we are utilizing that such type of developmental activities. Suppose small canals is Krishna river, across the Krishna river, one more dam they have constructed. So these all beneficial still till today. But even though many farmers in present days or present situation also is not good, because many areas you can see people suffering a lot, especially farmers, depending on rainy season. Am I right? It should not be like what we call, even this is government, British government, their concentration and their study, how can they develop the agricultural activities and how they can get maximum income from the famine or the poor farmers or the farmers. So the same time today, even today, if government decides, they can also do some more act, because here these dams all, if we visit these areas, we can understand that these dams all helpful for the farmers till today. Okay, today also they are getting benefit because with the help of this canal or dam water, they are irrigating lakhs of acres of land. Okay, so these all first developmental activities done by the authority, and the results already the same. Even in Roth Valley areas, the land revenue was fixed at a very high level. Okay, so here Roth Valley systems, what is that result? You can see here. Unlike the Zamindari areas, it was fixed for 20 to 30 years. See, two difference. Even in Roth Valley area, the land revenue was fixed at very high level. Roth Valley is because it is directly, and all the documents already they have gathered, how much their cultivation and all the details they have collected more. But Zamindari system, benefit of Zamindari system is nothing but it is a long time. It means it was fixed for 20 to 30 years. After the expiry of tenure period or the fixed period, the revenue was revised, taking the changed condition into consideration. See, after 30 years, completion of 30 years, even Zamindari system also, they revised because the cost of goods increased. Okay, so the cost of seeds or the yield increased in the market. According to that, the new tax system implemented. This is all the result of Roth Valley system and developmental activities that we are discussing now. The land revenue was so high that in the beginning, it had to be collected by force. Soon, however, the prices rose faster than the land revenue, and the ryots found it more profitable to employ tenants to cultivate their land and receive rent from them. See that sentence. Okay, very meaningful, because what happened after these all, the land revenue was so high that in the beginning, it had to be collected by force. Soon, however, the prices rose. Prices rose in the sense the product price faster than the land revenue. And the ryot found it more profitable to employ tenants to cultivate their land and receive rent from them. Soon the Roth Valley areas too was full of landlords who rented out their land, helpless tenants for very high rents. The tenants meaning, I have told you what is the meaning of tenant? Rented land, because collecting land from landlords for cultivation. The tenants had to pay rent that was 3 to 7 times more than the land revenue paid by the ryots to the government. That is, if a ryot paid ₹100 as land revenue for a piece of land to the government, he was able to get ₹300 to 700 from the tenant for the same land. See, this is different. Okay, so which is better? This tenant giving land, rented land. As a result, they were not interested in investing the improving agriculture, but only in renting it out at a higher prices or higher rates. So this is the result of the systems. Even Roth Valley system we have discussed, Zamindari system. Underline that or how much double it is. Okay, which one is benefit finally? Tenant. It means rented land. 300 to 700 they can earn. Yeah, that is if ryot paid ₹100 as land revenue. okay, land tax for a piece of land to the government, he was able to get rupees 300 to 700 from the tenants for same land. Okay, if they give land rented, okay, rented land, rent. So that rented land, they get more income. It means 300 to 700. Okay, so this is the result of the system. And next is commercialization and money lenders. Commercialization. Attitude changing to entirely commercial. It is maximum aim. Aim is to get profit. Driven by the desire to increase the income from the land, revenue officials fixed a very high revenue demand. Peasants were unable to pay these revenue and fled the countryside. So, by desire to increase the income from the land, what did officials do? So they started collecting high revenue or money from the land. What problem they may face for this? Peasants were unable to pay these revenue and fled countryside or left the place. Thus, villages became deserted in the many regions. What do you mean deserted here? Abandoned. Okay, so what happened? Thus, villages became deserted in the many regions. Optimistic officials or hopeful officials, we can say, had imagined that the new system would transform the peasant into the rich enterprising farmers. What new systems? Just before we have discussed, were farmers, okay, that land rent collection. But this did not happen due to the very high land revenue rates. Peasants very often borrowed money from money lenders in order to pay their land revenue. However, if they could not repay their loan on time, the money lenders also went to court to get their land auctioned to recover the loan money. Due to this new British rule collecting land revenue, many peasants fell into deep debt trap. See, the Britishers increased the land tax. Automatically, the poor landlords or the peasant, what did they do? They borrowed money from money lenders. Money lenders, like later, unable to repay. For paying the tax, these peasants, poor peasants, they collected money from the money lenders. So repay is very difficult. So under that circumstances, money lenders give complaint to the court. The court decided to auction their land or selling their land and recover the loan money. Okay, so this also one more commercialization and money lenders. Commercialization, it beneficial for money lenders. Money lender give money. Today also we can see many farmers borrowing money from money lenders. Later what happened? They are unable to repay the money and they are in great debt or deep debt, or liability is more, we can say. So compulsory they have to repay the money. So forcibly they collect. Sometimes they force them to sell the land and repay the money. Okay, children. So this is all for today. What you're supposed to do is, and as usual, I'm telling you. So please, whatever the topics we have discussed today, please make a note on these all points. Write it in your ending note. Okay. So as it is history, I know that many of you may feel boring. Am I right? Yes, continuously collecting tax from authority and confusion. What is tenants and what is land revenue? That's what I'm telling. Prepare a short note on this all. Okay, only what we have discussed today, only beginning we have discussed about the points. That points you must write it in your note. And what you understand from that, then and there itself you write that short summary. It helps you to get good score from these chapters. Okay, fine. Okay, okay.
Okay. Good morning, children. Okay, good morning, children. My name is Kamalakar, sir, mathematics teacher. Welcome to Shanvi e-learning center. Okay. Today we are discussing about square roots and cube roots. Square roots and cube roots. So this chapter depend on multiplication. Okay. This chapter is depend on multiplication. What is the mean of square? What is the mean of cube? Do you know? What is the mean of square? Square, suppose the number which is multiplied by itself is called a square. Okay? If a number multiplied by itself, suppose 1 is there, into 1, 1 into 1. Okay? 2 is there, 2 into 2. 3 into 3. 4 into 4, 5 into 5, like that. Okay? So 3 into 3 equal to 3 square. We should call that as 3 square. That value is 3 into 3 equal to 9. Okay, 9 is the perfect square number. Perfect square number means we should take two equal same factors. Two same factors. Multiplication of two same factors is equal to what we will get, that is the perfect square number. So 9 is there. 3 into 3. Same numbers. Equal to 9. So 9 is the perfect square. 7 sevens are 49. 49 is perfect square. 2 twos are 4. 4 is perfect square. 1 ones are 1. 1 is perfect square. 5 fives are 25. 25 is perfect square. 6 6 are 36. 36 is perfect square. Okay. See here. In this table, we have 1 to 100 numbers. All numbers given. So, which are in this perfect squares? Circled numbers are. 1 is perfect square number. Why? We can write 1 into 1. 4 is perfect square number. Why? 2 into 2 equal to 4. 9 is there. 3 into 3 equal to 9. 16. 4 into 4. Okay? 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100. Other than this, are there any perfect square numbers? Not there. Okay. 1 to 100. There also how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 only. 10 perfect square numbers. See this, do this. Find the perfect squares between 100 and 150. 100 and 150. 100 up to 100 we know. 100 means 10 into 10. Next, 11 11s are 100 to 150 we should see. Okay. How much? 100 to 150. Perfect square numbers 100 to 150. Perfect square numbers. Where to where? First one 100 to between 100 and 150. See here 100 means 100 after 10 after 11 into 11. How much? 121. 12 into 12. 144. 13 into 13. 169. 14 into 14. How much? 196. 15 into 15. How much? 14 into 14? 15 15s. 225. Okay. But what we need? Here 100 to 150 needed. Here 100. Here 150. Okay. Up to here only. So what are that? Answer is 121 and 144. Okay. What we need? Only 100 and between 100 and 150 only. What are that? 121 is perfect square. 144 is perfect square. 121, 11 into 11. 144 is 12 into 12. Other than that, more than 150. So he asked between numbers. So 100 and 150 which are there? 121, 144. What is next? 150 and 200. 150, 200. See here. After 150. Second one. 150 and 200. Okay. What is answer? 150 above, 200 below. Which are 169 and 196. 169 and 196. 169 is 13 13, sir. 13 into 13. 196 is 14 into 14. Is 56 is perfect square? Give reason. What is second one? Is 56 a perfect square? Can we write product of two same numbers, this 56? We can't write. Okay, 7 8s are 56, 8 7s are 56. Like that will come, other numbers we will get, same numbers we can't get. So 56 is 56 is not a perfect square number. Why? Because we can't write product of two same numbers. Here 56 is there, we can't write in the product of two same numbers. That is why 56 is not a perfect square number. Okay. What is next? Properties of, see here, properties of square numbers. Observe and fill the following table. See here. Square of 1, 1. Square of 2, 4. Square of 3, 9. Square of 4, 16. Square of 5, 25. Square of 6, 6 6 are 36. 7 square. Square of 7, 49. Square of 8, 64. Now 81 is perfect square number. How that is perfect square? 9 square equal to 81. So 9. 10 tens are 100. Next, same as usually, 13 square, 169. 16 square, how much? 16 square? 16 square is 256. Same as usually 24 square. You multiply and fill that all table. Okay. 24 square, 24 into 24, 576. Same as usually 26 square, 27 square, 28 square, 29 square, up to 30 square you write. Okay, try this is here. See here, guess and give reason which of the following numbers are perfect squares. Verify from the above table. 84 is perfect square? Is there in the above table? 84 not there. Okay, not perfect square. 108 not perfect square. 271 not perfect square. 240 not perfect square. 529 not, is that perfect square or not? 529. 23 is okay, 529. 84, 108, 271, 240 are not perfect squares because we can't write in the form of squares, means product of same numbers we can't write. Product of two same numbers we can't write. See this, try this. Which of the following have 1 in its units place? Okay. Which of the following have 1 in its unit place? 126 square. What is unit in that? 6. In unit place 6 is there. 6 square. 6 into 6, 36. So, in that unit place is 6. So, 126 square also, unit place is 6. Now see here. One 126 square. See here, our number is 126. Its unit place is this 6. Okay, 6 square. Only you see 6 square. No need to multiply this total 126 into 126. Just you take unit place and multiply itself. How much? This is equal to 36. Now what is unit place? 6. So 126 square also unit place equal to equal to 6. Next, second one, 179 square. What is unit place in 179? 9. Okay, 9 into 9. How much 9 into 9? 81. Okay, so 1. So unit place of unit place. How much? 1. Third one. What is 281 square? What 281? What is unit place? Here 1. Take 1. 1 into 1 equal to 1 only. So unit place of 281 square. How much? 1 only. Next, fourth one, 363 square. What is 363? Unit place is 3. So its square unit what? 3 3 is 9. So unit place of how much? 9. Once check, see once again. First one is 126 whole square. 126 whole square. In that unit place is 6. You see 6 into 6, 36. In that unit place 6. So unit place of 126 square is 6. Same as usually 179 square. 179, unit place is 9. 9 into 9, 81. So unit place of 179 square equal to 1. 281 square, 1 square, 1. 363 square, 3 square, 9. Okay? Write fast. Next one, which of the following have 6 in the unit place? Okay, listen carefully. If there is 6 and 4, 6 square 36, 4 square 16. If unit place are 4 and 6, its squares we will get 6, otherwise not. 116 square, 116 unit place is 6. So 116 square unit place also 6. 324 square, 4 square, 16. In that unit place is 6. So 324 whole square also in that unit place is 6. Remain 228 square. 8 square. How much? 64. There is no unit place is 6. 4 is unit place. 363 square. 3 square. 9. 9 is unit place in that. Okay. So what are our answer? 116 square. 324 squares contain 6 is as unit place. Okay. See this interesting pattern in square. 1 square equal to 1. You take only odd numbers. 1 plus 3, 4. 2 square. 1 plus 3 plus 5, 9. 3 square. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7, 16. 4 square. In that how many numbers are there? That is square. First one only one number, so 1 square we got. Second 2 numbers, 2 square, 4 means 2 square. Third one 1 plus 3 plus 5, we added 3 odd numbers. 3 odd numbers means equal to 9, 3 square. Fourth one 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7, we got 16. Here 4 numbers added, so 4 square. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. 5 numbers added, 25, 5 square. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11. 6 numbers added. So 6 square means 36. Next 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13. 7 numbers 7 odd numbers added. 7 square 49. Okay. Okay. Now come to exercise 6.1. What will be the units digits of the square of the following numbers? We should write only square unit place of square number. Okay. 39 square unit place. Unit place of 39 square. What is 9? 9 is there, no? 9 square equal to 81. So 1 is unit place. 287. What is unit place? 7. 7 square is 49. So unit place of 297 square equal to 9. 5125 whole square. Unit place is 5. 5 square equal to 25. So square unit place of square of 5125. 5125 is 5. Next unit place of 7286 whole square. What is unit place here? 6 square. 6 square equal to 36. In that unit place 6. Next 8742 whole square. Unit place is 2. 2 square equal to 4. So 4 is the square unit place of square of 8742. Next, which of the following numbers are perfect square? Which of the following numbers are perfect square numbers? Okay, first one you see 121, 136, 256, 321, 600. See here, what is first one? 121. 121 we can write as 11 into 11. Product of two same numbers. 11 into 11 equal to 121. So 121 is perfect square number. Next 136. What is second one? 136. Is 136 can we write as product of two same numbers? We can't write. So 136 is not a perfect square number. Third one 256. 256. How can we write? 16 into 16. 16 into 16 equal to 256. Okay. So 256 is perfect square number. Next 321 is there. 321. Can we write as product of two same numbers? We can't write. So 321 is not a perfect square number. 600. 600 also we can't write product of two same numbers. So 600 also not perfect square numbers. Which are perfect square numbers here? 121, 256. Next, third bit, the following numbers are not perfect squares. Give reasons. The following numbers are here. 5 numbers are there. That 5 are not perfect square numbers. What is the reason? See here, 257. We can't write product of two same numbers. 4,592. Also we can't write product of two same numbers. 2,433. Also we can't write a product of two same numbers. 5050, 5,050. We can't write a product of two same numbers. 6,098. Also we can't write a product of two same numbers. See here, you remember this. Perfect square numbers contain unit place 1, 4, 6, 5, 2 zeros. Okay, 1, 4, 5, 6. Other than that, we can't. 257 is there. 1, 4, 5, 6, not there. 4592 unit place is 2. 2,433 unit place is 3. 5,050 unit place is 0, but before that 5 is there. 6,098. So these all are not perfect square numbers, because perfect square numbers unit places are 1, 4, 5, 6 and 2 zeros. Unit place and 100th place 0 needed, and 1000th place is perfect square needed. If we have 2 zeros, so that property is not there in this. That is why these all numbers are not perfect square numbers. Next, fourth bit. Find whether the square of the following numbers are even or odd. Find whether the square of the following numbers are even or odd. See here. Odd number square. Always odd number into odd number. Always we will get odd number. Even number into even number. Always even number. What is question in this? Find whether the square of the following numbers are even or odd. If they are odd number, its square also odd number. If they are even number, its square also even number. Square of odd number is not even number. Square of even number is not odd number. Remember. 431, even or odd? Odd number. Its square is odd number. 2,826, even number. Its square also even number. 8,204, even number. Its square also even number. 17,779, odd number. Its square odd number. 99,998, even number. So its square is even number. Remember, square of even number is always even number. Square of odd number is always odd number. Okay. Next, see fifth bit. How many numbers lie of the following numbers? Square of the following numbers. 25 square. How much? 25 square equal to 625. Okay. See here. How many numbers lie between the square of the following numbers? What is first one? 25 and 26. 25 square, how much? 25 into 25. Okay? How much? 25 into 25? 625. Next, 26 square. How much? See here, 26 into 26. Multiply, 6 6 are 36, carry 3. 6 2s are 12, plus 3 15. 2 6 are 12, carry 1, 2 2s are 4 plus 1 5. How much? 6 7 6. 676. Sorry. Okay. 26 into 26 is equal to 676. See here, once you count 625 after 676 before, between 625 and 676 we needed. How can we find subtraction? 676 minus 625. How much? 1. 7 minus 2, 5. 51. Okay, 51. Again minus 1 we should do because we need between numbers. So 51 minus 1. Okay, now total numbers between 25 square and 26 square is equal to 50. There are 50 numbers are there, 25 square and 26 square. See once again, 25 square equal to 25 into 25, 625. 26 square equal to 26 into 26, 676. You subtract, do the subtraction, 676 minus 625. We will get 51. But we need between numbers. Okay. So again subtract 1, we will get 50. So total numbers between 25 square and 26 square equal to 50. Okay. Okay, thank you.